It's a new channel. And I think what we're watching today is a top 7 reasons of innocent. What? Sorry, I'm
Convicts set
y'all.
free.
Sorry, I got it. So guys.
Are you ready? There we go.
All right, guys. We're gonna get right into it, but before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You better subscribe. You better. WristDripTwins, y'all. Be a part of the game. Merch coming soon, y'all. Coming real soon. Be a part of the game, guys. It's gonna be lit. We're gonna have so much content for you guys. You guys will never ever get bored of our channel. Ever. We have so much content for you guys. Also tune in to WristDripTwins on IG, on TikTok, and on YouTube. Everywhere. We're everywhere. All right, we're gonna get this party started. Let's do it. You ready? Yep.
This is John Bunn. He spent 27 years wrongfully convicted of murder.
I'm an innocent man.
27 years?
I've always been an innocent man.
While living in Brooklyn, New York, Bunn was only 14 years old when he was arrested by NYPD detective Louis Scarcella. Bunn later spent 16 years behind bars and then 11 years out on parole, where he still fought to prove his innocence. And finally, his conviction was overturned based on the wrongdoing of Detective Scarcella and the fact that there wasn't even probable cause to arrest Bunn in the first place.
I want y'all to know that.
What?
Y'all,
so I didn't even get that much years in time.
Right, there wasn't even
And after 27 years of fighting to clear his name, he is finally exonerated.
thank you, because
That's crazy that they even have award meetings.
That's how you know.
That's how you know.
How you know.
Happens
He
too
has a
often.
You
moment
can't
with
allow.
the
Like you gotta be for sure. Can't
Right.
be maybe.
No, heck no.
Bunn later filed a lawsuit against the city of New York and Detective Scarcella.
Right. That's how you do it.
This
Yeah.
is David
Get
Ranta.
rich.
He
That's
spent
right.
22 years behind
go
bars
look that up
for a
until
murder
it's
he did not
yeah.
commit. In Brooklyn, New York, Ranta was arrested by Detective
Can you
Louis
imagine?
Scarcella.
Brooklyn
Yes,
again?
this is another
Nah,
wrongful
New York is
conviction
very,
that's
very,
connected
very
to
good.
Scarcella. Ranta was put in a police lineup run by Scarcella and was identified as the shooter. But decades later, reportedly, the key witness revealed that the detective had provided him with a description of whom to pick in the lineup. There was no physical evidence linking Ranta to the killing, and the evidence presented to
I
the
literally
jury was
lose my mind.
allegedly
Yeah, I would-
fabricated.
Yo,
Ranta was
is
then
that? Oh my
convicted
God! Can
and
you imagine
sentenced
being in
to
jail
37 and a
I really
half
feel like
years
murder,
to
like
life.
and you
But
didn't do
after
it.
spending
Right.
over 2
What you doing?
decades
Why
in
you
prison,
sending
the
37
former
years?
witnesses
I'm
admitted
sure
that
that
they
would
were
be
pressured
wanted.
into testifying
Yeah,
against
right.
Ranta.
Right, I would.
And now, this is the moment his conviction gets thrown out.
Mr. Ranta, to say that I'm sorry for what you have endured would be an understatement and grossly inadequate, but I say it to you anyway. The defendant's motion to vacate the judgment of conviction is granted.
After his handcuffs were removed, he hugged
Yeah.
his family. With all he owned thrown over his back,
Right. And y'all
he
know how
walks out
prison
a
works.
free
Yeah.
man.
Like
After his release,
whatever
he
your conviction is,
reportedly
that's what
received
they're
$2
gonna give you.
million
Yeah.
from the state and a $6.4
They
million
not care
settlement
until
from the city of New
it's
York.
not a trial. Right.
This
Not
is
for
Susan
every-
Mellon.
every-
She was
Yeah,
sentenced to
every-
life
20
in
20
prison without
Yeah,
parole
6.7
based on an
from
untruthful
I don't know what
testimony.
issue, but
She
it
was
was
42 years
absolutely
old when she was arrested in Los Angeles, California, at a McDonald's while taking her daughter to get a Happy Meal. But that was the last time she would see her child for 7 years, as she was charged for the murder of an
What?
ex-boyfriend.
God. And her child is young. Yeah. Ex-boyfriend. Oh my God. I
Mellon's
don't
conviction
know.
was
Oh, if I
based
didn't take the
on an
elbow.
informant
All right.
who claimed that Mellon had confessed the
Excuse
killing
me.
to her. She was in prison for a total of 17 years until the informant was proven to be a pathological liar and an unreliable witness. And now, this is the moment that Mellon's case is finally overturned.
The judgment is vacated, the conviction overturned, and as to Miss Mellon, the case is dismissed.
From tears in one
Okay,
moment
right,
to jumping
please, you
joy
late.
the next.
You took my
When released,
life,
Mellon
right.
took her daughter
17
to
years,
McDonald's
y'all know
to deliver that
17 is a
long-awaited
long
Happy
time.
Meal. The state
That's
of
a long
California
time. And her
awarded
child,
Mellon
her baby's not even a baby now. Right, baby's not even
$597,000
grown.
in compensation,
Grown.
and reportedly, the Los Angeles City Council agreed to pay $12 million to Susan Mellon. This is Luis
It's not even a
Vargas.
point
He
out.
was
Oh, they're
sentenced to
lucky.
55
Right, it's
years
not.
total
I would not
for
do that.
crimes
You know?
he
Get
did
that
not
money, I would not want to
commit.
do that.
Vargas
No.
was 29, living in Los
55 years.
Angeles, California, when he was
Whoa.
charged with 3 sexual
29.
assaults. Based on the similar descriptions of
Oh
these
my
crimes,
God.
police
Yeah, man.
concluded that it was
Probably
the same
get him
person that
freaking
committed
jail.
all
Yeah.
3 attacks.
That's so
Vargas
funny.
was later convicted on all counts, and he spent a total of 16 years in prison until the California Innocence Project tested DNA on the remaining physical evidence and clothing from one of the victims. And it was not a match, proving that Vargas did not commit these crimes.
Wow. That evidence is not a match. Oh, I gotta do better. Gotta do better. That's crazy.
Vargas sat
Do it.
silently when
Do
he
it.
was exonerated from all crimes. Vargas only had one simple wish from his mother for when he would become a free man.
Please buy me a big hamburger and we eat it together.
Reportedly, after Vargas was exonerated, he received $886,000 in state compensation. This is Daniel Villegas. He spent 18 years in prison for a double homicide he never committed. In El Paso, Texas, Villegas was arrested at 16, where an El Paso detective reportedly threatened him with beatings and the death penalty if he did not confess. And the teenage Villegas signed a confession that was prepared by the detectives. He tried to withdraw his confession a few hours after, but by then it was too late. He was charged with 2 counts of capital murder. With the false confession being the only piece of evidence, the jury was unable to agree on a verdict. Villegas had a retrial and the jury returned a guilty verdict, and he was given a life sentence. After spending 18 years in prison, the verdict was thrown out, and Villegas remained out on bond where he got married and started a family. But now, we're in the 3rd trial.
If the defendant will please stand.
This is the moment that Villegas will find out if he'll go home with his family or be sent back to prison to serve his life sentence.
The state of Texas versus Daniel Villegas. Verdict form B. We, the jury, find the defendant Daniel Villegas not guilty of...
God, I believe. Chills, bro.
Villegas is now a free man.
Oh my God.
Under any conditions, you are free.
Like, what a waste of a beautiful life.
Reportedly, Villegas has filed a lawsuit against the city of
and
El Paso.
it's crazy because the person.
This is Ricky
person-
Jackson.
Yeah,
He
who did
spent
it.
over
Yeah.
39 years
Right.
in
Yeah, for
prison
free. Right.
for a murder he did not commit.
got
Jackson
convicted
was
later on for
arrested at
something
18
else.
years
Yeah.
old, living in
What's he
Cleveland,
gonna do if
Ohio.
that
The
guy-
main
not all
witness
that
in the
guys
case was a
prison.
12-year-old
Right.
kid
And
named
innocent
Eddie
people?
Vernon, who in
Right.
fact
Okay,
didn't
work.
see anything. And he said the
Right.
police
Right.
did pressure him into testifying against Jackson, which then later led to his conviction.
That's
Jackson
sick,
initially was sentenced to die in the electric chair. But after spending 2 years on death row, his death sentence was reduced to life in prison. Nearly 4 decades later, the now 52-year-old Eddie Vernon came forward with the truth, stating that he never saw the murder happen. Charges against Jackson were then dropped, and after being wrongfully imprisoned for 39 years, this is the moment that Jackson hears that he is free to go.
Mr. Jackson, you're going to be free to go. Life is
That's
filled with small
ridiculous.
victories, and this is a big one. I
If
wish
that
you
ever
good luck.
happens, they should look at a prosecutor.
Yeah, they should.
For not
He
doing
spent
their
40
job.
years since he was 12 years
Jackson is
old.
12
now
years old.
outside for
He
the
didn't have
first
a
time
life.
as a
He's
free
literally a
man.
man. He has gray hairs.
Yeah. About to be 60 years old. That's crazy.
Jackson
grew up in
received
jail.
$1 million
Yeah,
in
literally.
compensation from the state and an additional
$1 million?
$2.5 million for lost income.
That's
This
it?
is Kirsten
Lost
Lombard.
income?
She
That's
spent
it?
16 years
He could have been
in
whatever he
prison
wanted to.
for
Right,
murder
yeah,
he did
exactly.
not
He could have been the
commit.
president.
Right.
18 years old,
They
she
him
was
as the
charged with the
president.
brutal
Right.
murder of a homeless
That's
man
what it
in
could've
Las
been. Right,
Vegas.
you don't know.
She was first convicted of first-degree murder, but on a retrial, she was convicted on the lesser charges of voluntary manslaughter and sentenced to 13 to 45 years. And after spending
man, you
16
go through
years
trial
behind bars, a
And
new
it's-
hearing
they
was
don't mind
presented
you
with
know.
evidence
Yeah,
that
you know.
confirmed the
Trials, they
actual
don't come
day of the
fast. They
victim's
know. It takes
death
forever
was when
for years.
Lobato was
Right.
3 hours away with her family, proving that Lobato could not have possibly possibly committed these crimes. This is
Look into
Lobato
those.
outside
Right.
for the first
I mean, it's
time
pretty
as a
clear.
free woman.
Put the two and two together.
Right.
I feel overwhelmed. I feel excited. I feel grateful. I'm
To
just,
prove guilty.
I'm so happy.
Lobato has filed a
Right.
lawsuit
What did you
against the
prove?
Las
To make
Vegas
her guilty?
Police
Right,
Department.
right.
The
Not a thing.
compensation claim is ongoing.
Crazy.
Okay, well, we got
Imagine you were right. I don't know what to do. Right. Ooh, that was really
crazy.
That was crazy. That actually gave me a little emotional. Like,
Wow, that made me super emotional.
Yeah.
What would y'all do if you guys
like,
got convicted for absolutely nothing?
Yeah, sound off in the comments. I don't
Sound
know.
off.
What would y'all
I
do?
got
Like,
to know this.
What would y'all do? Like how much would you sue for?
Yeah.
Like, for me personally, is not about the money, but
Right.
if I'm going to get money from this, I need $1 million every year.
Yeah,
I need $1
every
million every year.
year.
Because now my actual life has to be
Right.
extravagant.
Right.
If
If
I
I'm
actually
in there,
live 2 times the amount.
yeah, because you took my time.
Right.
Like, you know, a prison sentence is time.
Right.
So
like,
it's
I'm
like,
thinking for the guy that was in there, Philly Zoo, like,
yeah.
he even if he had a freaking I mean, he never got a felony. I don't know if he did or not, but
Right.
for as far as we know, what if he didn't?
Right.
What if he didn't get no family, no background, no like? I mean, like his legacy can continue.
Right. Like now what if, you know, it would have even been better off if he would have even went in when he was like 40.
Right,
You know, 40
right.
years.
You know,
He might have died in prison.
Right.
At least
you know, he had a life.
he had a life.
He had
have
no
a
life, bro.
He
He went
literally
from
didn't have a
childhood
life.
to an older man.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
and I'm not calling him
crazy.
old man, but he's great. So
Pretty much, you know, that's crazy.
that's really crazy.
Man. Sound off in the comments, guys.
Sound off. What would y'all do?
Yeah,
And how would you
y'all
feel?
do?
But sound
Thank
off
you
in the comments,
so
y'all.
much for watching.
Yes.
Don't forget to like,
Comment.
and subscribe.
Gang,
Gang, gang. We're
We're
gonna be here every day.
Twins, y'all. We're gonna be here every
We're gonna be on
day.
your roster every
Every day. You're gonna see us a
single
lot.
day.
Get used to us. See you. We love you guys so much. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for even the new support. We really appreciate you
Yeah,
guys.
really appreciate you guys. Keep supporting because as soon as we're gonna definitely do giveaways. So
Yeah, for sure.
like support. Road to 100K.
Yeah, we'll see you there, guys.
See you there.
Be one of the first.
Be one of the first.
See ya.
Bye.
Wrist, drip, drip, drip. Wrist, skirt, skirt, tip.